Toy Spot. We are having a look at the DC Collectibles Batman the Animated Series, number 13, Batman. Featuring 13 pieces, the Cape Crusader here is featured in his original classic outfit versus the new Batman Adventures, which was the first figure that we had a look at from the DC Collectibles line. Package-wise, it's the same packaging as what we've seen with the other releases. I see so far he comes with his grapple gun and he also comes with a batarang, but I'm sure he comes with other things as well. And of course he comes with his display stand, more featured at the back of the packaging behind the figure. Speaking of backing, there's absolutely nothing on the back of the package. Just the silhouette image of the Batman from the animated series. Down below, you can go to www.dccomics.com, and equally so, you can also go to comicshoplocator.com to find a comic book store in your area. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up, but when we come back, we're going to get a better look at the Batman Animated Series, number 13, Batman. There's more heading away, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Like with the other figures that come before Batman, Batman also comes with the same display stand featuring a turnaround of the character, featuring a front 3/4 turn, side and 3/4 back turn. It has not the adjustable neck that has the additional prongs at the back that you can move the waist clip back and forth. Instead, a more simplified waist clip that is still adjustable, that is on the clear post. And I wish they went more this route than the one that slides in and out. Just a little bit easier, keeps everything a little more pristine, and doesn't have as much of that excess on the back. Put that right there. All right, let's have a look at this Batman. And I'm super thrilled to finally have this guy in hand. He's not one of the more recent released ones. Spot ended up having to wait for the comic book store to get this guy stocked back in. And I went in one day and sure enough they had it. So that's the story, that's the glory of love. And that's why we have the figure now in hand. He doesn't come with the multiple cape options like the Robin had, or for that matter, the New Adventures Batman. Instead, he's only got one singular cape. It's a very soft black plastic, and inside is the blue trim that really offsets and kind of just gives popping color to the body on the front as opposed to it just being a straight black cape. Let's have a look at his face. Let's bring the camera in. There we go. I love the coloring on his gray. It's almost like a blue-based dark gray. Utility belt pops. It's the paint's not quite super finished. You can see a little bit of either brush marks on the yellow, or you can see a little bit of the gray behind it. The raised Batman emblem is a nice touch, as opposed to it just being simply painted on. And I like the face. I think the only thing I would say as a critique to the face, the eyes are good, the cowl is good. I wish there was just more definition around the area that connects the cowl, the opening of the cowl to his mouth. I wish there was just more of a little bit of a darker line. And I wish there was a little bit like a line or something on his mouth. Like the mouth is there. You see it a lot from the side. The mouth is there, but you can't quite make it out sometimes from the front. It just, from a distance, it doesn't look like Batman has a mouth. So I wish that they had just done maybe a little bit of a darker line. Didn't have to be black. Maybe like a darker flesh color in that line crevice, just so that you could see the actual mouth. The rest of the body is nice. It's well proportioned. There's no complexity, I think, to Batman's design here. It's very simple, very straightforward. Gray bodysuit. You got the black gloves, the black underoos, and then the black Batman boots. But it comes together extremely well. I love this figure. Really love it. As you would probably expect, Batman does come with a slew of different accessories. Let's have a look at those now. Comes with a batarang. Currently his fists are closed, so he doesn't have the means to hold the batarang just yet. But of course, the folks over at DC Collectibles give you multiple hands. They give you two of these hands, ideal for holding the batarang. The one for, I guess, Batman's left, and then one for his right. So we can change that hand out by just simply taking the hand, wiggling it out, wiggling it out, there we go, and popping it out of the socket. Take the hand that we want to replace it to. Let's take it, make sure the thumbs are going the right way. Pop that back into place. Take the Batarang. There we go. And Batman can hold the Batarang in hand. Very stoic, heroic stance to have the Cape Crusader, I think, with the Batarang like this. Or something else that you can do too. One of the other accessories that Batman comes with, as Robin did, he comes with the grapple gun. If I sound like a broken record, I do apologize, but I appreciate that you get grapple guns. You get hands also accommodating grapple guns, which are these ones right here. If I just put Batman down for a second, get him to hopefully stand, you have the means to theoretically hold the grapple gun in hand. There's no issue whatsoever him holding the grapple gun. The thing is though, like the Robin, he already comes with a hand that is already molded to hold the grapple gun in hand. He doesn't have anything on his utility belt where you could mount this as if he was about to grab it. So I'm okay if they had only just given us the molded hand with the grapnel gun. I don't really see much reasoning to give us a hand where you could just add the grapnel gun, unless you wanted to permanently keep this hand on in the socket of his arm, and then you would just simply add the grapnel gun if you wanted it. I probably would just display him with this or the Batarang, either option. And just to show you how that works on the Cape Crusader, let's pop his hand out once again. And with this particular hand, it only goes the one way. It only goes for this hand, just based on the way that the thumb is positioned. And you know, you could get the arm high enough. It looks like Batman's about to fire off the grapnel gun and then zip away. I don't know. I don't feel like it really warranted having like the removable grapnel gun, but again, that's just my prerogative. Let's do some size comparisons now. Let's bring in the original Bruce. There we go. Dick Grayson. Still find the legs on some of these figures get a little on the loose side, but there he is next to Dick Grayson Robin. And another comparison that we can use size-wise, let's put him next to the Clown Prince of Crime, the Joker. Display stands come very handy with these figures. Spot can certainly bring in some of the other figures too, but I think these, let's put Robin over here. I think these figures make more sense because they're of the classic design. I'll have to just kind of hold them. Robin's scaled accordingly to Batman. Batman is scaled accordingly to Joker here. In the way of Batman's posability, it's pretty much on par with like some of the other Batman figures that we've already had a look at. So ball joint head, lots of movement there. Hinged shoulders, which when you initially get them out of the packaging, the arms are going to be stiff, so just be very cautious that you don't accidentally put too much pressure on it and snap the arms. He has a bend in the elbow, which also rotates that forearm area. He has a rotation in the hand. He has no waist articulation. Legs go forward, legs go back, legs go out, a hinge in the knee, and a hinge and pivot point in the foot. I quite like this figure. I think it turned out very well. I think design-wise, the New Adventures Batman I liked as well for his more streamlined simplicity, but obviously growing up with the animated series, you got to get yourself an old school Batman too, and I think he turned out very, very well. Spot's going to have to also look at the Batmobile too. I didn't forget, I actually had picked up the Batmobile, but the reason why I didn't review the Batmobile just yet, I had Robin, but I was waiting, to be honest, to get a classic Batman so I could, do the review properly with classic characters as opposed to the New Adventures figures. Now the Batmobile also is getting released with these characters as well with cloth capes, but we're going to be having a look at the original Batmobile that Spot just didn't get a chance to review. In the meantime, today's toy spot, we were having a look at the Batman, the animated series. This was figure number 13. We're looking today at Batman. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more toy spots heading your way. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.